How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. As soon as you make more money than your expenses, you're gonna start to wonder where you should put this money. Now, there are so many places to put your money, including under your bed, but there is an order at which you can put them that benefits you the most. Just look at this list here. There's a whole bunch of places where you can put it, including 401k, emergency fund, you can pay off credit card debt, Roth 401k, car or student loans, you can max out your 401k, HSA, you can put it in after-tax 401k, brokerages, or even contribute towards your mortgage. I put together this list and you may not exactly agree with the ordering here, especially towards the bottom. But let me go through my ordering and you'll understand why. First of all, if you have 401k matching at your work, this is essentially getting like 100% gain. This is where you contribute part of your compensation pre-tax into a retirement fund. Now, since this is matching, if you put in a $1,000, they're going to put in another $1,000 for you. This is 100% gain. Now, why would you want to put into 401k matching before you actually generate an emergency fund? This is because if you really needed the money, you can take it out of your 401k, pay the income taxes, pay the penalty, and you'll still be more than 50% ahead. So if you get 1%, 3%, or 5% of your salary matching, then go ahead and do that first, even before you contribute to an emergency fund. The next thing you should do is generate an emergency fund of about 1 month's worth of expenses. This is important because if you have credit cards, yes, you can lean on them to use it to pay bills, but a lot of times the credit card will charge you a fee when you pay these bills with a credit card. So it's good to have cash on hand to pay these bills instead. I know you might have like, let's say $10,000 of credit card debt and you're trying to pay it off, but it's still good to have a little chunk of money there sitting first before trying to attack the credit card debt. Then after you have this little bit of cash, then you put everything you've got into the credit card debt. These are all kind of like buckets. After you fill this one up, you fill this one up, and then it trickles down further down. By the time you paid off all your credit card debt, then it's time to contribute to your Roth 401k. Now, Roth 401k is after-tax dollars, and there is no penalty if you take out the original principal. Now, for a Roth 401k, everything that you gain in there, you cannot take out until your retirement age. If you take it out before your retirement age, there is a penalty there. So in essence, whatever you put in there, you can technically take out the principal anyway. So you can kind of think of the Roth 401k as an emergency fund, but you really shouldn't. But when you have a really little emergency fund and you just paid off your credit card debts, you can kind of lean on that and just fill up your Roth 401k first before trying to make your emergency fund to have a 3 to 12 month size. After you get comfortable with a large enough emergency fund, then you can start attacking your car and student loans. Why is the car and student loan after making a large emergency fund? It's because the car and student loan, once you pay into it, you can't really easily take it back out. On the other hand, for example, credit cards, if you pay into it, yeah, you can still borrow it back out at a really high interest rate. So once you have a really good emergency fund, everything on top of that, you can start paying off the lower interest rate stuff like the car or student loans, and you can try to work to pay them all off. Then you're ready to max out your 401k, which maxes out at $18,000. Now, if you have $18,000 of pre-tax money to contribute to a 401k, you're actually pretty darn well off, because this money is actually over and beyond what you really need, and beyond this point you'll likely have other thoughts of what you should do with that money. After you max out your 401k, you're going to wonder, oh my gosh, this is it, I cannot contribute any more pre-tax, I want to save on taxes. Well, you can add more to your HSA account, which maxes out at about $3,500. This money that you put in an HSA can only be used for medical reasons. This is actually pre-tax money, and when you spend it, it's actually no taxed out. So this is really good. You got to think of it as a fund where you're going to only use it for your medical expenses. So everything that you pay for medical wise, let's say going to see the doctor, contact lenses, whatever, all of this is before tax money, and if you spend it on qualified expenses such as medical bills, then there's no tax when it comes out of the account. Going a little further, if you're able to do all this, you're super duper well off already. But let's keep on talking about this. If you have even more to contribute, it means, oh my gosh, you have over and beyond all of this, and you're covering your expenses already. So, you know, this is really good. Then you can actually contribute after tax 401k dollars. This maxes out around $40,000, at which point you can actually convert this pre-tax dollar into a Roth account during your early retirement years where you have lower income. And then if you wait 5 years, you can actually take out the principal without tax penalties. So this is a great way to put money into your retirement account, and yet you're still able to access the principal dollar amount if you do an early retirement. And the amount that grows in your retirement account, if you do the Roth conversion, would be not taxed when you take it out. I put these clumped together because you might want to choose one or the other. You can also put it in a brokerage account such as Robinhood or Merrill Edge, where you can do trading of individual stocks or index funds. And then you can consider paying off your mortgage debt, which is important for early retirement or retirement, because you need a place to stay, which reduces your expenditures by a lot. Contributing to a mortgage debt also could be thought of as a guaranteed gain as well. So I hope this clarifies where to actually put your extra money if you have more money than your expenses. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you prefer a different ordering on where to put your money. Except you don't really have to tell me about the last 4 or 5 items, because I know there's a lot of controversy and it's different for every person really. If you're interested in supporting this channel, and I would greatly appreciate it if you do, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook just for trying out the service. And if you don't completely like it, you do not have to pay for it, and you can still keep the audiobook and you can still help benefit this channel. You can also help out this channel by trying out the 30-day free trial for Gamefly down below. I also have a Patreon over here, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.